We're still not done yet because we have one final task here that is to install features inside of offline images. And this installation of features is a little bit different than what we've already done because the features themselves are already part of the operating system installation. We just need to essentially enable those features. So let me actually CLS here one more time so we can take a look at just the list of possible features that exist in this WIM file. Let me do dism image test mount, just like before. And this time I want to do get features. So I can take a look at the long list of features that are already part of this OS installation. Some of them are enabled, others are disabled. Down here at the bottom we have one NFS administration. Let's assume this is a feature that we want to install. In order to install that feature, if I control screen one more time, we would do dism image test mount, and then enable feature, feature name, and then NFS administration. One thing you'll note about this feature, though, is that this feature actually requires some other components to be installed as well. Notice we get an error message here that says that we didn't actually enable NFS administration because a parent feature may not be enabled. In order to enable it, I need to have that parent feature also enabled. Or I can sort of shortcut the process by including the /all option, which I'll just do by going over here and adding /all, and then completing this process. This enabling of the feature is relatively easy because, again, all we're doing is adding the logic for the enabling of this feature to the deployment. It's actually when this gets deployed to a candidate piece of hardware where all of these other components are going to get installed into their proper location. If you have an interest in seeing any information about any of the features that are available, you can use dism image test mount, and then get feature info, and then feature name NFS administration. So this will tell you just a little bit more about that NFS administration feature that exists in this OS instance. We have one final step in the process, and this step will actually go through committing all the changes that we did both in the last clip as well as here in this clip. Anytime we're dealing with dism, the changes that we're dealing with don't actually commit until you use another dism command to actually commit them and reseal the WIM file. That command is dism unmount -wim mount dir, which would be test mount, and then the all-important switch here, commit. This will commit those changes here to the WIM file and make that WIM file once again resealed and ready for use by Windows Deployment Services or any of the other solutions that make use of the WIMs. When I hit the OK button here, this will go through committing those changes. This takes a period of time, so I won't have you watch it. The only thing I will show you is that back here in Windows Deployment Services, if you do this with the images you have, it's generally a good idea to come back here and replace those images with the one that you made the change to, so that you can ensure Windows Deployment Services has the correct view of the WIM that you're working with.